Okay, welcome. So, couple things. Number one thing, I have the privilege of hosting a summit tomorrow, the REI Accelerator Summit tomorrow, and I'm going through slides, and I just found this one that I got to share with you right now. If you have been running ads or you're thinking about running ads as a real estate investor and you're worried like, how do I get these things to convert? Maybe they're just not quite working for you. This will be a game changer for you. This will open up your parameters a lot and help you actually get conversions. Okay. Second thing is we have this REI summit the next couple of days. Tickets are almost gone. Literally, like I've been watching the counter on them right now. 375 registered. 375. Woo! I'm so pumped right now. Like this is exciting. This is really fun for me because when you get to bring this kind of energy to an REI summit like this, the energy in the room from the coaches, from the trainers, the people that are giving from their heart goes through the roof too. So I am pumped. We're down to the last few, and you got an invitation from Kate, who literally said, you know what? She said this last night. She said for folks that enroll, and during this period of time, there's 3 hours and 6 minutes left. It's 3 hours, 6 minutes, and 53 seconds at the time of this broadcast. She's going to pay for the ticket. Now, the thing is with that is that she's kind of counting on, we did a deposit. Let me actually share this with you, share screen so you can see how this works. We did a deposit on this because we know, let me add that to the stream right here. Okay, see at 3 hours, 6 minutes. So the way that this works is it's a deposit for the tickets, $47. I don't want the $47, literally don't. This is to help hold you accountable to being there, to showing up, things like that. So Kate is paying for the ticket in hoping that you show up, because then when you show up and you're there for 2 days and you play full out, Kate gets the refund on it. Okay. So that's kind of what part of what she's hoping for. But additionally, she is a real estate investor and she knows the value that you get when you come to this. So she offered to pay for this. Okay. So it's from her heart. Just do her a favor, have some reciprocity to this and make sure you're there for you, for your business. Make sure you're there. You play full out, you participate, you engage with the people. Like I'm literally I got a really good friend coming who's a real estate mentor that I get the privilege of working with now. I've got Randy Vaughn coming. Randy's an incredible, gifted man that just comes and shares from the heart. We've got Peter Hagen coming. We've got Jay Terrio coming. Like incredible people that are doing real estate at a very, very high level. Randy's got, with him and his partner, Laura, they own mobile home park. They've got tons of houses on subject to, as some people would call it, seller finance deals. We've got Jay Terrio coming, who's going to talk about buyers. Anyone who's been afraid of buyers, there's a totally new way to do buyers right now. The market's so hot. Like you got to see this way. And then Chris Strickland, the guy that sent over 1,600 deals, he'll be there too. Okay, let me get to what I want to talk about though. This is what an ad to the typical, like if you're running ads or you think about running ads, this is a must for you. Most people that run ads, they fail to understand that there's more than just the ad. And I want to open this up for you. So picture an ad kind of like an iceberg. The tip of the iceberg is the ad itself. It's what the public sees. It's what you or I might see on YouTube, Facebook, and all the rest of the places on the internet and everywhere else in our day-to-day lives. That's what the public sees. They see, the thing that pops up in front of them, plus they click on it and they go to some kind of form that they fill out called a lead form. What they don't see is the stuff that's happening under the waterline. And this is why people fail with their ads. They don't bother to go under the waterline. They don't take it to the next level. Okay. Yeah, you might be able to nail the ad itself, but if you don't go into the under the waterline, you're missing more than, I'm going to guesstimate this at probably 70% of the opportunity, because most prospects need follow-up. Most prospects have to be retargeted. Most people need to see a brand 7 to 10 times before they're going to take any kind of action on it. So that means for you and I in our real estate investing business, if we want ads to work by themselves, we got to think of it like an iceberg. And remember, the iceberg, the mass is not what's sticking out of the water. The mass is under the water. It's why the Titanic got sunk. The Titanic had the hull ripped open from the side under the water. It wasn't this little tiny icicle sticking out of the water. It was this mass that was under the water. Well, in marketing, we have to have the mass too. So the mass, it starts with this, a pixel or a cookie, depending on what platform you're on. If we're talking about the good old book of faces, then that's called a pixel. If you're talking about Google and other places out there, they might call it a cookie and things like that. But think of it like this. If you or I went to a networking party, maybe a backyard barbecue networking event, and we showed up and the host is there, like, shaking hands with as many people as they can see, but they don't get a chance to interact with you and I, and we just leave, the host of the networking party would be at a little bit of a disadvantage because they're like, well, I didn't get to talk to everybody. But what if the host, if they didn't have time to talk to everybody, what if the host was able to put a digital marker on everyone's shoulder so that even when they left the party, the host could reach out to them later? Wouldn't that be pretty cool? That's what happens when you get the right Facebook pixel or you get the right Google cookie and the other sites that have their different names for these. It's like the host gets to put a little marker on you and gets to get back in front of you again. And so we go from mass marketing, that's what most of us are doing right now. We're advertising to the whole world. And sometimes we get results with that. Other times it's mixed results, but we're advertising to the whole world. So it's the most expensive to do it that way. But then if we get the people that have already been to our party once, who've already started to build a little bit of that know factor of the know, like, and trust, it's much easier to market to those people. Instead of marketing to thousands of people, now we're talking about marketing to maybe hundreds, maybe even tens of people. So it's much less expensive to do this retargeting. And that's that second step that's below the waterline right here, retargeting, okay? And then the third step would be the follow-up campaign itself. Like, what kind of campaign are you running to follow up with them? We just had our real estate meeting this morning, and literally our head person that does acquisitions for us, she said, because a newer person was describing like, well, it's taken me a lot of follow-ups with these people. And our head person who's done a lot of deals, she said, yeah, usually it's between 7 and 9. And the new person's like, oh, okay. It's between 7 and 9. That's real life. You can look at stats in this. Pro Sales Connection did a big study on it, and 80% of deals were made after the 5th contact. 80%. Same thing is true for us. Like, not everyone is ready to make a huge financial decision the very first time that you say hello on the phone. It's kind of like where most people in business, they're treating it like asking someone for marriage the first time that you go on a date. Hi, I'm Nate. Will you marry me? That's what they're doing. And it's wrong. It just doesn't feel good. So what you have to do with people is you have to build some relationship. You have to get them to this know, like, and trust factor as we describe it. We'll talk a lot about that, by the way, on the REI Accelerator Summit the next couple of days. Tons about that, because like I had this student that came through. His name's Eli. And Eli got 31 leads. I remember 31 leads. And he couldn't convert any of them. And he came back and said, these leads are bad. I don't know what to do. Like, none of them are working for me. And I said, Eli, like, have you done this? Have you done that? What have you done over here? And all of the questions that I asked him, he came back and said, well, no, I haven't done that. I haven't tried. Have you texted him? Have you sent this specific text message? No, I haven't done that. And then I said, okay, send them over to me. I personally text them all. I got 6 of them to reply to me right away. Boom, 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 boom. And he ended up closing one of those deals. It was a really big deal. The profit on it was over the 10K mark. I know that. It's probably closer to 20. But anyways, closing one deal like that, missing one deal like that, there's a huge cost in our business. We cannot afford to miss a deal like that. We've got to be there for it. So we have to have little things like this follow-up campaign really dialed in. And that leads me to the last thing. It says omnipresence on here. This is really just you being everywhere. Like, you may have seen our ads pop up in different platforms before. And it's because when you came to our digital backyard barbecue, one of our ads somewhere, or our groups and things like that, we put a little digital marker on there through a pixel or a cookie or whatever it was. And then we asked the platform if they'll put our ads back in front of you again. That's the way that it works. So you want to do the same thing. Like we do it with our sellers all the time. We recognize and know that our sellers, they're going to come into our world, but they're probably not going to like jump up and say, yeah, I need you right now. Sometimes they do, but other times they need to be reminded, because they might have started to fill out the lead form online, like really wanting to sell in a position where they need to sell, but then they got a phone call in the middle of it, or their sister texts them and they got distracted and they clicked off of it and they don't know how to get back on it. Happens all the time to people. So we have to get back in front of them. And that's where you and I, as good real estate investors, we've got to know this stuff for the marketing. So this is just a little fine tuning that I want you to have going into this summit. Okay. So the summit, it's tomorrow. I'm going to put up the link right down below me. You'll also be able to click it in the comments that are above or below, depending on where you watch this. But that's the summit. This is literally your last chance. Kate's offered to buy tickets now for, let's look at the ticker together. So whenever you watch this, I don't know if you watch a replay later or whatever, but it might be done. But 2 hours and 57 minutes left. 2 hours and 57 minutes left, and Kate will buy the ticket. The thing with that is if you take her up on that, please make sure for you and for your business that you're there. Have a little bit of reciprocity for her, because then we rebate the ticket. Anyone that paid the deposit, that over the last 3 days, by the way, a whole bunch of people paid that tuition themselves, that ticket price, and then we're giving them their money back. We treat it as a deposit when they come and they play full out with us for 2 days, because we know what will happen after 2 days. We know that if you step into this world of real estate investing with our team and with our family, we know it might not be now, it might not be this month or next month, but sometime down the road, if we build a relationship with you and we serve you, it's more likely than not that we'll do something together in the future. Maybe it's a house. Maybe we get to help you on your marketing. Maybe we get to help you with something in your real estate business. Who knows? But we know that. And so we serve first. Very similar, almost identical process to how you should work with sellers. There's not much difference. Like literally, you want to treat sellers the same way that you want to be treated. You serve them first. Serve, serve, serve. Okay? All right. I got to jump. I got to get ready for tomorrow. This is my last announcement today because we're almost out of seats. The ticker, they're at 377 right now. So they're almost gone, literally almost gone. So depending on when you see this, the page might be down, might not, I don't know. But once they're gone, they're gone. I'm going to be playing full out the next 2 days. I got an all-star lineup of people. They're real estate investors. They're not like TV celebrities. These are people that are actually doing real estate deals every single week right now. They're coming to play full out for the next 2 days. Like if I would have had this opportunity 14, 15 years ago when I was getting started, I would have been all over it. No joke. Like we try to put on the best possible show that we can to help you with your business, to see you get some advancement in your business. So then down the road, you think of us when you want more help. You think of us when you got a deal that maybe you want to sell. Okay. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you there tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.